friends at the field school. I'm going to show you how to do our project that is being done by preschool, kindergarten, and first grade. Now all of you should have received a piece of burlap cloth. It is cut to be the size of a placemat. The first thing many of you did in class was you wrote your name. Some of you in Mr. Williams' class might have not started this yet, so I'm going to show you how. If you have a crayon or a piece of chalk is great because it comes off so easily. Write your name. One way to practice your name is think about how it would fit and to draw it with your finger. So I'm going to write my name. So it's L-I-I-T-A. So I know that if I write my letters about this size, they'll all fit. I don't want to go all the way to the edge. I'm going to keep the edges open like a frame because we're also going to do something around the edges. So right about here I'm going to start. Write my name. All right, there we go. Now all of you have a big giant yarn needle. I gave all my yarn needles to you, so I only have this kind of needle, which is fine. It's also a yarn needle, it's just metal, and the hole is a little smaller. But you'll cut about this much thread, like this, from your nose to the end of your hand, or a little wider. Let me trim this one off. And then you'll put the thread inside the needle. Now we're just going to have a short tail and a long tail. So for the short tail, we're going to wrap it over and under and make a little tie. Just one is fine. We just want to hold it on while we are working. Now we're going to come up from the back. There are two ways you can do this. If you have a parent with you, and if your parent knows how to make a slip knot, we can do that first. If not, there's another way we can do it too. Slip knot means you just make a loop like this, and this goes in, and then we slip it like that. Now, I'm going to do it again because I'd like it to be a little closer to the edge. Okay, so there's my slip knot. Now I'm going to start the first letter. So I kind of have to put my finger where I want to start. I think I'm going to start here because if I sew all the way here down on the L and over, then I'm pretty close to the I and I can jump in the back from one letter to the other. So I want to start right here. So I'm holding my finger right there. I'm going to poke my needle up through. There it is. Pull it up. Now remember, I've got that little slip knot on the back. Pull it till the slip knot stops me. Then I'm going to go to the front, make another stitch, and I'll pull it on the back this time because I'm going to secure this piece of embroidery floss in that slip knot. So I'm going to go in here, pull it all the way through, pull it kind of tight. I'm going to close the slip knot up, pull it tight, and that'll keep my thread staying on this. Now this, most of you will need help with your parents to do that. If you're doing this alone, you can simply leave a tail here and tie it on to the next stitch. I'll show you how to do that when I change thread. Okay, now I need to find my way. I have to poke up a few times to figure out where I'm at. Now for the rest of these letters, I'm going to work on the top so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to turn it upside down. It's a little easier. And I'm just going to make a running stitch on all the letters. My stitches are going to be about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch apart. Pull it through. I want to end up right on the corner of the L. in. Just hold your finger there so you can bring your needle back up. Just do one stitch at a time. Go nice and slowly. Okay, now it's time to sneak under. I don't want to see any of the little stitch jumps from one letter to the other. So I'm going to go in on the last part of the L and out on the first part of the I. There we go. And I'll turn it around because it's easier to go this direction. Go in and out. You can do a little bit smaller stitches if you want to, but this is probably just about right. Okay. Now I'm going to go on the back, and because there's such a big jump between there, I'm going to show you how to make a knot on the back. Now I'm just going to go through the last stitch that I made with the needle. And I'm going to save a little loop. Then I put the needle in the loop, pull it tight. You could do that twice. See how I just came inside the loop, pull it tight. There you go. And then we just snip it. Now on the next letter, I'm going to show you another way to begin. Make sure that you have a lot of thread. Okay, now I'm going to find the beginning of the I right there. Now flipping it over, I'm going to save that little tail so I can just tie it. This is another way to make sure the thread doesn't come out. You can just kind of go over, under, tie it once, tie it twice, over, under, give it a tie, and that'll do it. All right, now all my letters are stitched with the orange and a running stitch. I have chosen a second color, and now I'm going to show you how to do a cord stitch. I have my little slip knot on the back, all ready to go. This time all the stitches are going to be done in the stitches from the same direction. So watch how I do this. I'm going to come from the left. Run my needle under the stitch, pull it, do the next one, pull it, and this works if you just do all the stitches from the same direction. It looks like you're kind of wrapping a cord together, or like a little rope. Now I'm going to stay on the outside of the letter. It also connects all the other stitches and obviously closes up the gaps and looks really nice. Now when I get to the end of a letter, I'm just going to go in at the end of my orange stitch, come back up at the beginning of my next letter, keep doing the same thing. And again, I'm going to stay with the left side. All right. Okay, now I'll come back when I finish the rest of the letters. As you can see, all the stitches have been done on top to give it the appearance of a rope or a cord. And as I was doing this, I thought maybe something else we could call it would be a candy cane stitch. This is kind of a cool thing that you could do for Christmas, or, well, candy canes would be Christmas. So I did the red stitch the whole way around here, and now I've got some white thread, and look what's going to happen. This would be a really fun project for a few family members to do together, to get ready for the holiday. And maybe it could be just a border on all the placemats instead of the name. Now for your assignment at the field school, I do want everybody to at least write their name, stitch their name, and do this rope or candy cane stitch. But kindergarten and first grade, and even preschool, you can do it too, but kindergarten and first grade should also be doing a border. You'll be doing the running stitch first, and then this little candy cane stitch. I expect this project to take what would be the equivalent of at least 3 classes. So you don't have to do it all at once, since we're going to be working remotely for a few weeks until January. This is going to be a project that I'd like to see your progress of when we meet together on Zoom. And we can all hold each other's work up and show how we're doing. And also, if you have any questions, it's a good time to ask. So I think you get the idea. I'm going to go ahead and finish this, and then I'll come back when I'm all done. Okay, now it's all done. I have this little candy cane stitch done all the way around the edge, and it's good to go. Make sure you spread this project out over at least 3 classes. All of our classes will be a show and tell time. Your parents will need to probably help you a little bit, and it'll be fun to see your work. So here you go. All done. Enjoy. Have a Merry Christmas. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.